Hello, and welcome to this week's edition to Mecha Games Weekly Report. I'm Kevin, and of course, along with me are...
I'm Brad.
And I'm Justice.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Well, this is actually week 6, 6 in a row. I can't believe it, guys.
Look at that.
That is freaking awesome. But yeah, and
we've arrived.
We've arrived. We're starting to get things done. So, of course, the first question always is how was your week in gaming?
I'll let you go first.
I did no gaming this weekend.
Yeah.
No gaming.
I did no gaming at all this weekend. On Saturday was building day. I recovered. I slept in kind of late from our pre-release we had on Friday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later on. Yeah.
And then I just went to building stuff. I was building all weekend, trying to repair the Jupiter. It's still pooched.
Yeah.
I've poured a little bit of time into it, and then Sunday, I just slept all day, and then I went to bed early and slept.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, so
okay.
You need those recovery days once in a while.
100%. How about you, Brad? What did you do this week?
I got to do a little bit of gaming. So on Friday night, I had my very first official game of Warhammer Horus Heresy with my White Scars, and it was an absolute blast. I got to play with my good friend Andrew, and we had some help going through the ropes by 2 other community members, Patrick and Nendon.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing. They're kind of leading the charge, waving the banner for Heresy for us.
Yeah, they're great.
So it was a lot of fun, and then I also got to get one game in. Thankfully, Kevin lent me his Tarkir deck that he drafted from the new set. So I played a game with that, and it was super fun. I'm really, really, really excited to dig into this new set with all the dragons. So there's some really cool stuff in there.
Very cool. All right, so if you were like the sales pitch person at a convention and someone came up to you and said, "Well, I play 40K. Why should I play Heresy?" What would you say is the difference between the two and why you were super excited?
So
about doing
I think you'd get the same response from a lot of active Heresy players, and that is that the storyline and the fluff is so much more rich than what's kind of currently going on in 40K, in that there's just so many more novels written about it. I think we're up to like 120 Heresy novels. The game is a lot more crunchy. So if someone who's like an avid Warhammer 40K player, if you were looking to like go to that next level of depth and have a lot more customization, that's kind of where Heresy scratches that itch for you.
Okay, so
think of it like going from, if you're an avid role player, it'd be the difference of going from like D&D 5e to something like Rifts, where you would just have a lot more options, a lot more crunch, a lot more customization.
Or it sounds like some of our more modern games go into like a historical game of that too, right?
Yeah, a little bit of that too.
Nice. So you're a historical war gamer. That's
fantastic.
Yeah. And we love our historical war gamers here, so shout out to all those players for that. Myself, I got to play a couple of things now. So of course we did the pre-release that night. I made my Tarkir deck. I was being mocked because I basically just took the 3 colors that were preferenced in the set there, mixed them all together, but made a pretty okay deck for that. And then I got a chance to play with Dave and the kids. We ended up playing Unmatched, so I got to try the Witcher expansion. It's been out for a while, but I haven't had a chance to play. And they are neat, and the models, like, they've really upped their game with the sculpts on them. Yeah, they're not as much blobby. Like the other ones were okay, but these ones here are really nice little models. And the mechanics are super fun. So fun. They have this, the 4-player board we were on had like 2 ships going back and forth, so it was really crazy. I'd love to play Bullseye from the Marvel expansions on that one, because he can shoot into other zones really easy. Because this one you have a bit of movement and bottleneck shenanigans on that board, so...
Nice. I'm excited to give it a try.
Awesome.
Yeah, Unmatched is probably like this store's favorite board game. So
Well, what we're going to try to do is one son Luke is really an avid one, and he's really into the mechanics of games, that sort of stuff. Is trying to set up a tournament where we'll have it where there'll be a 3-round event. You're going to bring 3 models. But the thing for it, we're thinking about doing to make it a little fun is the first game will be 1 versus 1. So you flip to see who has to choose, then you choose your retaliation. You only can play each one in one of the rounds. The second round will be a cooperative one, will be 2 versus 2. And then the third round will be a 4-person free-for-all.
Oh, fun.
So not only do you have to choose which model, but you have to figure out which one's meant best for the other ones as well.
For the different formats.
You'll need 16 people minimum for that.
You will. Yeah, you have to, in groups of 4 for sure will have to be done that way, for sure.
Yes.
But that's not too hard because a lot of people really enjoy the gun match, and
Yeah.
it's also going to be enough that's going to be user-friendly.
I mean, we have enough characters on the wall to supply everybody with
100%.
characters,
So we can set up some sort of event for that. If it goes well, it's a test function for our next big boy convention, that sort of thing. So let's take a look and see what we're officially supposed to be talking about this week. We're talking about Warhammer 40K.
Yep.
Every week.
We've been talking about these guys
Yes.
for the last month and a half, or since they were shown off just after Christmas or New Year. The week has finally arrived. The Slaaneshi Marines, led by the return of Demon Primarch Fulgrim, have finally arrived, so those are going up for pre-order this weekend.
Yep.
If you are looking to get your hands on a beautiful new Snake Boy,
Wrath you wannabe.
Yeah, reach out to the store and let us know so we can make sure to get enough in to get you your copy, and that should be a whole lot of fun. So in the coming weeks, we're going to start seeing a lot more of the Noise Marines, and the Pink Space Marines are coming out to play. So.
Nice. No, that's a pretty sweet looking model. The wings are small, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But the
he's
body
got a lot of
looks
different.
awesome.
He's got a lot of different head options too, which I
does.
didn't realize. I think there's like 4 or 5 different head options. I actually kind of like the helmeted version myself. It looks pretty cool.
The helmet version of all of them is the best.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And I'm going to move on to the next slide before
Yep.
making an inappropriate comment about that.
Yep.
All right.
More Slaanesh. So this is some of the other models.
Just showing some of the models that are coming out.
The one unit in the middle there with all the big swords are called Faultless Blades. Those are probably going to be the go-to super unit that everybody's spamming the heck out of because they're very, very good in game apparently. So I expect to see a lot of those, and we probably will sell out of those instantly. So
the one in the bottom corner there looks like it has a pipe organ on it.
yeah, so he
Is
is.
it?
Yeah, that's exactly right. He is a cacophonist, so he's a noise marine hero. So he's going to go with your noise marines.
He's got dual pistols.
Dual sound pistols.
Yeah.
He's all sound all day. And then, of course, on the far left, we have Lucius the Eternal making his triumphant return. He is always a fan favorite because he's annoying and just won't die.
Yeah. He's a moisturizer.
Yes.
He does.
So what's going on with all these? Because each of them seem to have like this Bane wannabe pumping stuff into their system.
That would be because they are all drug addict fiends who like to pump themselves full of every possible stimulant.
Okay.
Because Slaanesh.
Sure. It's
They're
Slaanesh.
Burn. And that's the last little bit of the stuff. So we got some of the repack stuff from the big collector's box, as well as the usual cards and dice.
Cards and dice, and if you want them, make sure you pre-order them because they are never in stock again.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to mention about that idea.
Please.
Especially
If
pre-order
you
them.
bought the big collector's box, you've already got yourself a
Yeah.
set of the cards. But yeah, the dice are a little bit harder to come by. And if you are just jumping onto the bandwagon late, you will want to pick those up before they go away.
Now, we talked about the cards last week for Age of Sigmar, how they're now going to be doing update cards in the General's handbook that comes out each year.
Yeah.
Do they have any plans to do something similar for 40K?
I suspect that is very much going to be the case because it seems everything we're seeing right now in Age of Sigmar, they really are using it as the testing ground for everything before bringing it over. So I bet my bottom dollar on it.
I hope so, because the cards are super nice, but I have to admit, I am a little salty about buying any other cards.
It is also nice too to see that when it comes around again to see some of those units get touched up. Like for me, I know there's a couple of my fan favorite things that I think could use a little bit of a facelift.
Yeah, beyond just points.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Please increase the toughness on Gazgul. It's silly.
His toughness is fine.
His toughness is only 6.
It's fine.
It would be.
He needs to have that health gating thing that he had last edition.
Yeah, it would be fine if there wasn't another model in the unit called Mazrog, who's a Negadork, who has toughness 8.
He's got the thing with him.
He's riding a squig.
Squig.
So
the
story checks out.
The squig gives him an extra armor.
Yeah, story checks out. We officially, as of the end of last week, we opened up ticket sales for our 40K narrative campaign. It's going to be starting up May 14th.
Yep.
Just if you've come out for our campaigns before, you have some idea of what to expect. But if this is your first one, it's going to be running bi-weekly. During that period, people are allowed to get in up to 2 games that'll count towards their campaign points, so they will be able to get more upgrades. This is going to be super story driven, so we always have a campaign map, themed tables.
New map this time around.
Yeah. I'm working on that right now. So over the next month, I'll be revealing all the details as far as rules and fluff and all of that stuff on our social medias as well as in our Discord. But if you enjoy playing 40K, this is in my humble brag opinion, the best way to experience the game.
I've heard that from a lot of people.
We're probably expecting at least an average of 24 to 30 guys coming out and gals coming out on campaign night. So hopefully you'll come and join us.
Is there a limit to how many people are
I'm probably gonna cap it at 32. And we will. I doubt we will have 32 concurrent players week over week every night, but we'll see.
We've come close.
We've come close, so we will see. But yes, please sign up as soon as possible so you don't miss out on this. And look forward to playing some amazing 40K. And you got about a month and a half to get your 750 points ready to go.
Okay, and this is going to be every other week again?
Yes, it'll be on Wednesday evenings. So
very good. Fantastic. Oh, no, the narrative campaign is good. There was a couple of new people in the store on the weekend that I was talking to them about that.
So many new players coming through right now. It's ridiculous. And we're getting, right now, we have a ton of new terrain in the works for the shop for 40K themed terrain. I'm working on some. I just got a ton commissioned.
Nice.
So it's going to be lots of amazing tables.
Yes, the print farm has been rocking.
Yes, it is burr. Printers go burr.
Hey.
Now, this is something I am very interested about because I like IP stuff and that. League of Legends is huge for that. So I know you've been doing some research on this, Justice. What do we start on this slide here?
We can stay on the slide for a little bit. There's products on the next slide.
So what the heck is it?
So Riftbound is formerly called Project K by League of Legends. That was 2 years ago when they announced that this was coming out.
Okay.
Is their first foray into a trading card game of League of Legends. So you're playing it. It's the way I've kind of been looking into how it plays. It plays very similarly to Star Wars Unlimited. If anybody here has played that, it's kind of like kind of like Commander, in the sense where you have like your main guy who stays on the board at all times. He's like your signature hero, and you can have signature spells as well, kind of like that alternate. Brad, help me out here. The alternate format people used to play. You have a planeswalker as your leader instead of a commander, and you have a signature spell.
Guild.
No. It's not gonna come to me. But it's like that.
In the comments, folks.
Yes, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's a commander alternative rule set. But it's like that. So you have a commander essentially, and you're battling it out. And it also has a very, very big push towards commander-like play style of being multiplayer.
Nice.
And I like multiplayer, so that works.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Me as a competitive player, I'm interested in the 1v1 the most. But it looks pretty interesting.
Especially in the context, I guess, of the video game, right? It tends to be played in teams, so that's kind of cool.
It filled my time of college. So I played a lot. I played a lot of League of Legends. I spent a lot of money on League of Legends. So.
Spent a lot of money in college too. I look at those boundaries there, bud. But anyway, so with this, so it's going to be like sandbox idea. So the akin to Star Wars, Star Wars has, of course, its space battles and its ground battles. This is going to have different arenas.
From my understanding, it's one arena. So it's
one arena.
You will limit the amount of arenas that you have, but it plays like Hearthstone, in the sense that you have your different units that attack other units on the board, but they can also attack what people usually abbreviate to face. Being your opponent's life total.
So we're seeing a lot of it. So Alpha Clash plays similar like that to the superhero game. So it's the idea where you have someone that's the team leader or whatever. That's who your avatar is, I guess.
Yep.
And then you go in there and move forward. Okay. Well, let's take a look at some of the product here. I think it's going to answer some of the other questions before I have a bunch of questions in my head here right now. All right.
So here's all the mainline products that were just announced to us today, actually. Today being What's the date today, Kev? We didn't do that today.
Today's the 7th, right?
Today's the 7th.
Yes, Monday the 7th.
Monday the
Monday
7th here.
We know where we are.
I don't. So the booster boxes are there. You also have starter decks. I just showed a card in the top right there just to show what the cards kind of look like to get a rough idea. Those are the different heroes I was talking about. Those are the hero cards. And then in the bottom left, you can see that funky little 4-player mat thing that's got a little bit of standees. That's like baby's first crack. Is what we like to call gateway for Lorcana.
Okay.
That's the little sampler platter to get you into the game.
Nice.
All of this is pretty competitively priced.
Yeah.
Are these prices Canadian or these are the US?
This is what we're estimating our sale price to be.
Canadian sale
Yeah,
prices
this is our guesses for sale price. Obviously, with everything that's going on in the world, things can change.
Yeah, and we have to preface too, it is a ways away. We're talking October.
October is release. It says October of 2025 is release.
Okay, so
we're a bits away. This is our first
Q4 just before Christmas then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, because one of the questions I always have about these type of games is because there's a lot of games that I fall in love only to find out they come back from bad parents sort of idea, and I can't give it like Altered. Even like Alpha Clash, things like that. These they're fun, they're great games and that, but it's the idea that they're going to be the support. So who's the big company behind this one?
This is made by UVS. UVS is the same people who made Universes.
Universes, yeah.
Which has been an ongoing game now for IP-driven game that's been over just for 3.5 years now.
Right.
Which has no sign of stopping. The game seems to be in the best spot it's ever been. We thought about bringing it in previously. We just don't have the scene for it.
I have a quick question.
Go for it.
So I know for the video game, because it's been running so long, there's a massive roster of heroes to choose from. Do we have any idea of what that looks like as far as the starter heroes that are coming out in the first wave?
So in the first wave, the set has 300 different cards in it, and I believe they said there was 16 heroes in this
that's
set.
not bad. That's very good
a
start.
decent start.
Okay, awesome.
So it's going to be the heroes itself, and then I assume you attach gear to them?
So there are things like equipment. I didn't go over that in one of the slides, but there's things like equipment that you can attack, kind of like so you can go to more of the Voltron style. The next slide just kind of shows off some of the information bits.
Well, the cards kind of look a little Lorcana-y.
The cards look very Lorcana-y. It's made in the same factory.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's made in the exact same factory.
Oh, fantastic. Well, then that's good, too, because we can speak to the quality of the Lorcana cards are fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's made by the same people. Not the same people, same factory. So that's like the different frames. You can see all the different types of tags they have. They got keywords. Please, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God they're doing
Keeps
keywords.
it clean.
Keeps everything clean. They've got energy costs, which I believe they do the same thing that Star Wars does, where your cards in your hand are also your resources. It's
I
the
like
best,
that.
It's the best way to play.
Yeah, and Lorcana, a lot of the newer contemporary games, they're doing that.
They need the worst part about Magic is the land system.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
We've had this conversation.
But you know what I mean? It's
so.
it's the same. It'll never change, and it's iconically Magic. It's the same with Warhammer being stuck on D6s. Some things it's just they're as immutable as time itself. Like
but to be fair to Magic too, they add a lot of different, more interesting lands now too.
Oh yeah,
right?
and there's ways to
fives.
cheat in cards and
There's always going to be like.
But it's one of those things where it takes up space in your deck. And balancing out at first hand's always rough as heck.
Yeah, so now you just kind of focus more on making a curve.
Yep.
As you can see here on the right slide, there is this is kind of just me going into like little bits so I can compare it to other games. There's different spell timings. So you have the different things over here. So you've got your powers. So you can see here. So it can be played during your turn outside of a showdown. Showdowns are like the it's like a stack war. Or showdowns. Is
order
the best
of
way.
operations.
It's like the Flesh and Blood's combat chain.
Okay, nice.
So
awesome.
where you
Perfect.
resolve top down, but all your different layering effects can remove other sections.
Nice.
Got it.
Nice.
So it plays like Flesh and Blood
Well,
for
that's
that
great
part.
because Flesh and Blood is amazing.
It's my favorite card game of all time.
Womp
And there's different things that are like your attacks that can only be played during a showdown, so only during Stack Wars. And then there's things that are like interrupts, like counterspells.
Nice.
So there's a stack.
Okay,
So
one of the things
I can play my blue deck. Yeah.
Yes.
like we talked about last week, that because we love Genesis, we love the crew from Genesis.
Yes.
We also talked about one of the drawbacks is right now that it's hard for us because singles, there's no TCG support yet.
Yeah.
Well, and I totally
Yes.
understand. It's expensive to do, folks, so don't blame
Yep,
them.
yep.
They have to get some momentum. It's hard. It's like a cart before the horse sort of thing for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Universes, is that on TCG?
Yes.
Okay. So we can assume that they know that and have the resources to make sure that this is part of that.
League of Legends is one of the largest funded companies in China,
Yeah.
so I'm not worried about them getting their listings on TCG there at all. They've got more money than most companies.
And are we going to be looking to the same sort of idea that we see a lot of other ones, like we're going to be dealing with alternate art and foil or anything like that?
They haven't
Any idea?
shown off any of that yet. They talked about it during the live stream reveal about there being one per case.
Oh God.
Oh, like a case top?
Like
a case or booster box?
Case, like showcases, like they do for Star Wars Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. They talked about doing it like that. So for those who don't know, in Star Wars Unlimited, they don't have a ton of alternate art options. Instead, you can get alternate options for your hero in the form of a showcase hero, which they come one every case, which is 6 boxes for the people who don't know that.
Yeah.
They're very rare. They're very expensive because of that.
Kind of similar to a Lorcan Enchanted, just probably a little bit rarer. Yep.
Yeah, more rare than an enchanted. Enchanted
right.
is you're supposed to get one enchanted per booster box.
Yeah.
So
it's TBD then. With
TBD.
regard- All right.
I'm assuming League of Legends, their main way that they make money as a company is through skins. So I'm assuming they'll probably push the same type of thing with alternate arts eventually.
Do you think they'll do a skin thing like how you had those wonky cards for Magic?
I just had an epiphany.
Oh boy.
Oh, no, that's why you have to wear the
So,
diaper.
you know, we're going to a retailer conference in about 2 weeks.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And the company that just sent us all this information last time, they did the exact same thing for Altered. So we might, in a few weeks, we may have actually have gotten a chance to play this game. We
Yeah,
might
if we're
come back-
lucky, if I'm schmoozy enough like
Yeah.
we did last time, we might actually have a couple of starter decks.
Yeah,
there.
so we might have some cool stuff to report on that. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time.
That's
Just as exciting.
I can't stand up, guys.
Yeah.
Do not ask me to use the zoom lens. All right. Regardless. All right. So there's a lot of things to be about this, but with the idea that
Yeah.
we've seen a pattern from its previous game. So Universes, it has foil, right?
Universes has all types of
stuff.
All types of stuff.
All right. So it could be that. It could be like it could be a secret lair thing because I think Brad made a valid point.
Yikes.
If they want to try to recreate the feel, that would be an amazing mechanic for you to get the alternate art thing. Is have the skin add-ons, like you have to buy extra stuff in the game. So that would be interesting.
I wouldn't.
too.
I like kind of actually. I don't mind that at all.
We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly, it's one of those, as long as it's available for a certain amount of time that anyone can get it,
Yeah.
and then have maybe a cutoff point instead of being like it
unlike
is-
Secret Lair.
unlike Secret Rare, but actually it matches the theme, so I don't
Yeah.
mind it as
Yeah.
much, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
I wonder too if they'll do any cross promotional stuff with a video game.
Please no.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
They
We'll
probably
see.
will, but please
Yeah,
no.
yeah, we'll see how they
This is
monetize
gonna
it.
be kind of showing off the different things. There's the legends here. There's your commander. Essentially, is I'm just gonna call them commander because it's the easiest way for people to understand it.
Yeah.
They're set aside at the beginning of the game. They're always in play, and you can see the one there. That's our good friend Victor from Victor Nation.
Yep.
He's got the ability there on the bottom for one resource, and tapping him, you can play a recruit unit token. So he makes little dudes.
Nice.
So this is the one where you said there's going to be 16 different legends to start with in the first set.
Yeah,
right?
he's one of them.
How many would you guess there are in the video game now of legends?
It's over 200 now.
Nice.
Wow.
It's over
I didn't know it
200
was
now.
that high.
I
That's
started
crazy.
playing when there was 115.
Wow.
So I've been
And
playing
who's your favorite?
Yasuo.
Are they in the card game yet?
Yes.
Uh-oh. So, yep, you're screwed. All right. Fun.
Very, very
Oh, yeah, and they
cool.
also have the signature spells thing that I was talking about before. You can only have that card in your deck if your leader is Victor. For
And
example.
where's it say that on there? Oh, Victor on the bottom.
yep.
So there's underneath the name of the spell. It has so if that name is on there, that means it can be usable if that person's
Unless
on there.
you're playing Victor.
Fantastic.
And then that's kind of like what the board looks like.
Nice.
So
Very,
at the beginning
very
of the
clean.
game, you have your leader and you have a partner.
Yeah.
Just like in Commander, you can have partners sometimes. You can you have a similar like that. You get to have a additional unit you can play once type thing. You get a free unit.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then that's the board. It's a standard layout, guys. It's
Bottom for your mana.
bottom for your mana, top for your battlefield, deck, discard. I don't know what the deck on the left is.
Probably
though.
some kind of exile.
I don't know. I don't know what the pile on the left is.
Yeah, we'll see. So
But-
Which pile on the left? You
The
mean
one that says the League of Legends upside down. It's a card back.
Oh, the card back? Well, I assume that's your deck, isn't it?
No, the deck's on the right.
The deck's on the right? Why are there two different colors?
Who knows?
we'll find it to be determined.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe
I
there's
don't-
a sub-deck system in this thing, too.
Or exile. Like I said, a lot of card games have some kind of weird.
Well,
may-
they made them two different colors for a reason, though.
There's also a chance that I could be mistaken, and it's not cards from hand that get played, and they do like sorcery does. Where it's,
from the top deck?
From a land deck,
Oh, okay.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it.
and that's what we have on the official side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other new exciting things coming out this week?
The lighter week
This week is a
light.
lighter week because of all the fallout from last week's craziness at Adepticon.
Yeah.
So now we're in the holding pattern, waiting to see when a lot of the really cool stuff that's been shown off is going to start hitting.
Yeah.
So like I said, for GW, the big push is going to be Emperor's Children. For stuff we got going on, there's going to be tons of announcements in the store. We're working on a bunch of different projects right now. We just announced, like I said last week, the narrative was a big one for us. We have a 2-day AOS GT out at the end of this
Yep.
month.
We have a Star Wars Unlimited event that I'm be pushing out today.
Yep.
That's happening this week, next week.
So,
Two Saturdays from now?
Yes.
yes.
2 Saturdays from now?
Two
Yeah, so
Saturdays
we
from
got
now.
a bunch of stuff on the go, and this last weekend was pretty crazy with Tarkir, which was a huge success for us.
Thank you, everybody, who came out.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of the prepaid mini, the blind booster boxes.
Yeah, we got
for,
some. I
D&D.
cracked a ton of those, so we did. I cracked a ton of D&D minis. So always something fun. Come on out and see what's new in the store, and hopefully we'll be back here next Monday and talk about all the other fun stuff.
That's fantastic. All right, no, that's really good. So we have some fun stuff that we're going to be seeing through here. Some more announcements. We can't talk about some of them right away, but there's more events, tournaments, things going on. Come on out here. There's always something going on. Go to the Discord channel, which will be in the comments below.
Come join us and sign up for the 40K narrative if you haven't done that
40K
yet.
narrative. We had a great thing, and we have a restock of Tarkir coming in this week because we sold out
Yep.
everything over the weekend.
Yes.
Thank you for having such an amazing
No
community.
commanders.
Well, we're not sure yet. We're waiting to see. The distributors gotta finish shipping out the rest of them to the customers.
There's a 50% chance.
We'll flip a coin.
50%
When it's
chance.
in my hand, that's when I'll say
Yeah,
it's
so it's 50,
official.
50%, either
I
yes
need
or no.
some. I haven't got a commander deck for there yet, so I'm looking forward to that. There's some fun ones, but no, the cards play.
You have a
it's-
Jeskai one behind the counter for you.
Pardon?
You have a Jeskai one behind the counter for you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Your name's on it. Like, actually.
I have one commander. Yay!
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you very much for doing that. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. A lot of new stuff's going up. Again, like I said, the next couple of weeks we'll have lots of new announcements. So whenever and wherever you're watching us here, folks, have a great time gaming. Thank you so much for supporting us, the store, and the community here. If you're not local in that, visit us on holiday if you want. But make sure to support your friendly local gaming store. Build communities. That's what's the great about our hobby here is getting out there and meeting new people. We were packed Friday. We were packed Saturday, which was the 1-year anniversary of eSport here in the store as well.
The DKM guys.
Oh
they
my
had their
gosh!
one-year
Yeah, it was
celebration.
just hopping all weekend long. So we're going to do some cleanup here on our quiet day, our Monday, and get ready for a great week ahead. So have a great time, folks.
See you soon.
Toodaloo.